So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom, and today I'm going to take a look at Japanese Boxer Rebellion troops from North Star Games. So anybody who's watched the channel will know I am, well, I've been slightly obsessed. I will just call it slightly obsessed. Okay, completely obsessed with the Boxer Rebellion. It goes back to my love of 55 Days at Peking. Classic film. I remember as a kid watching it. In those days when you only had 3 or 4 channels on telly, 3 mainly. If it was a wet day and there was no sport on, they put these classic films on, and I remember seeing 55 Days and just being mesmerised by it. So I've always had that hankering, and then when War Games Atlantic brought out their plastic boxers, that just unleashed the addiction. And I probably got more troops than I'm ever going to need. But then when I saw that North Star were producing their own range of boxer troops and also Japanese troops, I thought I just had to imbibe. Now, Japanese were the most numerous forces in the coalition army, probably made up about half of the relief force that tried to get through to Peking and succeeded to get through to Peking, and was involved in the wrap-up campaign afterwards. And it was part of one of the, without going into a long historical lesson, the way they were treated there actually played out to some of the future problems that Japan had, let's say, that led to the Second World War particularly. They were treated very much as inferiors, even though their forces were extremely effective, very modern, armed and trained and equipped in the Boxer Rebellion. But anyway, by the by, point was there were a lot of them, and actually it's quite difficult to get hold of Japanese troops for this period. Now, I have got some Empress ones, which I'll show to compare with these. But I was very excited when North Star did, and so I just bought the army deal. Plus, I think an extra unit of leaders, because if I play, continue to play sharp practice, then you need a few big men. So, and I really like, the reason why I did this was because I like North Star figures. I think they have a real chunkiness without being bloated, if you see what I mean. And I love the look and the feel of their figures, so I just had to buy it. So let's have a look at some of these. So here we go, advancing rifleman. Everything I'd expect from North Star. So everything I'd expect from North Star. Really nice looking figures, crisp detail. These are obviously the riflemen advancing with their keepy type hats on. Very nice. That's them. We've got in here, so I think the army set, which they were doing at a discount the other weekend, I don't know whether they still are, so I should have checked beforehand. You've got several sort of squads. This is more of a firing line. So these guys have got the backpacks on, these ones haven't. So he's kneeling, ready to take his turn at firing in the firing line. Guy loading his breech loader. Pretty good detail on the faces and everything. Somebody's shooting, again with the backpack on, so one pack without, one back with. Yeah, really nice detail. A little bit of flashing on them, but not too much. They don't look like they're the same sculptor as some of the other North Star figures, but I still like them very much. And this is another pack, this time advancing with backpacks. Oops. Yeah, very nice. They look like they're all pretty much of a muchness. They got the obligatory guy with glasses on. Second World War Japanese always have somebody with glasses on, like a stereotype. And then, what do we got here? This is just another group of, this time, guys kneeling and firing with no backpacks. So you've got a set with backpacks and a set without backpacks, basically. And then in here is the officer group, or command group, the guy with a bugle. Very nice, with his shouldered rifle. Officer about to draw his sword. Note, it's not a samurai sword. He's a standard bearer guy. There's got to be a NCO. He's waving. Officer's point, NCO's wave. Seems to be the way of it. So there you go. So nice, really nice figures. Not disappointed by those at all. Let's just have a look at some of the North Star figures that you can get and how they compare. Now these are designated slightly later. They are Japanese or Japo-Russian War. Probably about 10 years later in terms of dateline. Oops. And this is one. I'm trying to hold this guy. He's alive. It's a nice, very nice sculpt. Now you notice they've got, or he has got, and I think all of these figures seem to have the back of the neck sun protector. Scale wise, how do they compare? Let's put two guys who are shooting. The North Star one is ever so slightly bigger. I don't think it's going to matter in terms of firing line. Let's have a look at another one of these guys. There's another one of the Empress figures. Again, got the sun protector down the back of its keepy there. Let's find an equivalent kind of figure in North Star. Yeah, you see they are slightly, Empress are slightly smaller than the North Star ones. In fact, they're more than slightly, aren't they? Almost a head lower, that one. Now I'm not a big one for size difference between troops because people change, people are different sizes, so I'm not that worried about it, but I know some people get very excited about that. Anyway, there you go. I thought it was interesting to see the comparison. I think actually the Empress one's probably a better detail, just slightly, but they have got that back of the neck sun protector thing, which I'm not sure is necessary. Well, I suppose it was very hot in China as well, so I don't know. Anyway, I am going to start painting up some of these and we'll come back and show them off painted up. So by the wonders of filming, I'll be back. And there we go. I've painted I've painted 2 groups up, 2 groups of 6 so far. So one lot with backpacks, one without. Originally I was thinking about doing one set sort of more Marines or in white fatigues, but actually the Japanese, from what I've read, they tended to wear white was their summer uniform, and then blue was the rest of the time, and I thought in the end blue looked kind of cool, so I went with the blue. So yeah, nice to paint up actually, although I have to say I've had a bit of I did actually paint them as undercoat them white, and normally I don't do that. I prefer to paint with light grey, but originally, because I was thinking about doing them in white uniforms, I thought I'd spray them white. And something about it, I just don't like the way when I'm painting them. When they come together, they're fine, but it's just something about painting them undercoated white for me. Just doesn't do it for me. I prefer the grey. But anyway, I think they came out quite nicely. I used some of those new Express paints on them. The blue is one of the blues from that. The bedroll around the backpack is also, I think that's actually supposed to be a black, although it's definitely a blue colour that comes out, a bluey grey. And the skin tone is dwarf flesh, which I think is a superb colour. Really, really like. So yeah, there we go. They're painted up, and I'm pretty pleased with how they came out. I've obviously got a load more to do because I picked up the army deal that North Star were doing. But these, what have we got? 16 here. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 16 will be a start to the Japanese force. And very soon I must have a game again of Boxer Rebellion. Anyway, I hope you found it useful and interesting. If you did, please give it a like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you're into the Boxer Rebellion, then keep a watch out, because as I say, I will be doing some more games, probably using both the sharp practice rules. I might use the new rules that you could buy via Calva books. I might also try I don't know, there's a couple of other rule sets I'm looking at that maybe I'll try out, but for now I think I'll stick to I might even do some black powder with it, actually, to be fair. But anyway, we'll start with the sharp practice, because I've quite enjoyed the games I've played so far with that, and maybe some Men Who Will Be King, because I know people enjoy those, and I'd like to give them another shot. So anyway, stay safe, stay well, and I will see you again soon. This is Dom, signing out.